Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Shred and Soul.
I'm Shred, aka Kevin Wood.
And I'm Soul, aka Wind Hughes.
We're going to talk about the Monument CD, which is the Malfunkshun Monument CD, which was published in 2010. The work actually began much earlier than that. It's been a long time, and the music does stand the test of time.
It's a great CD. I think it's one of my favorite CDs, compilations that you've done. And this has some beautiful songs on it that I really love, and I'm going to read the lyrics of two of them in a bit. But Love Child is amazing. Goodbye Just in Case is amazing. And one of the amazing things is why you did this, so I would love it if you would share some of that.
Well, you know, when my father passed away, he had in his possession a lot of Andy's lyrics, and everything that Andy owned, actually, that was left behind was in storage at my father's house. Mm-hmm. And I took possession of these items, and one of them was a envelope full of lyrics that Andy wrote when he was a teenager. And going through these lyrics, I was floored by how deep they were and how excellently they were put together, and they portrayed a kid that had some deep feelings and very deep emotions that were very different from what we were trying to do at the time. These lyrics came from the early 80s, the 1981 through 83, I believe, was the cutoff for this particular collection of lyrics. And I was blown away by how many of these lyrics were so deep and so touching. And I thought, you know, wouldn't it be cool to create songs with these lyrics, with my riffs, and so that the project began in that regard.
So you literally were going through his things and had no idea these lyrics existed and just stumbled upon them in an envelope?
Right. They were in an envelope, all bunched together. Yeah.
How was that? It's often emotional for us when someone passes and we're going through their things and we find information or things we didn't know existed. But this in particular is music that then you revitalized, or you reincarnated the music into another form after his passing.
Well, I felt that it was like working with Andy again, and I was so touched by the depth of the lyrics and reading them and realizing, yeah, I was there with him while he was going through these emotional struggles that are written down in these lyrics. And at the time, you know, when you're young, you don't always know what's going on with your family members and brothers. You know, we're on different pages, we're on different trajectories, but we were in a band together.
Well, how old was he? I know some of these were 1981, 83, 84. The ones in 1981 in particular, how old was he then when he wrote those lyrics?
He was probably about 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was a kid.
Yeah, he was a kid. And I was so touched by the lyrics. It really made me miss him in a way that I really wish that I had been able to talk to him about these feelings and about what he was going through. And it was touching in a way that I realized that knowing somebody isn't always knowing somebody if you don't take the time to really probe the depths of somebody's emotional makeup. So yeah, I was very touched by the lyrics, and I thought that, why not throw together some songs with these lyrics and my guitar playing.
Can I read some of those lyrics now before maybe I have questions about how you guys came together to do this.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go in the studio here and do some playthroughs with this record.
Yay.
So that'll be fun, and I haven't touched or played the songs in quite a while, but they do stand the test of time.
They're awesome. So when I was looking through this morning, just briefly, and remembering, oh yeah, that CD is my favorite, and all these songs, I just love them, and looking at the lyrics, I was just stunned in a sense. And I know the lyrics to these songs because I've heard them so many times, but when you read them as a piece of poetry, even without the music, you get a sense, as you were saying, of what Andy may have been going through at that time. And you said you thought he was going through possibly a breakup with a girlfriend during this time?
Yeah, I think so. That would correspond to a particular breakup that I know he had a hard time with.
Okay. So this song is called Never Proud, and it was written in 1981 when Andy was about 15 to 16. The sound. Do you hear the sound? Can you touch me inside? Can you see my pain? This place. Can you learn in this place? Did you see my mind slip? And now I've lost control. Yes, I'm happy, but I'm never proud. Yes, I was happy, and I never became. Lose, lose, cry, cry, never proud. Your face, it's so unreal to me. It makes me turn away. Can't make me cry. You're like a bitch who came, a bitch who took my brain away. I thought too much for you. Here comes that old, familiar sound again. Yes, I'm happy, but still never proud. Yes, I was happy, and I never became. Lose, lose, cry, cry, never proud, die. That's pretty amazing for a kid.
That is pretty amazing, and it makes me tear up just hearing about it, thinking about his pain and his life, and you know, he has had the rock and roll personality, especially where most people know him from Mother Love Bone as being sort of an extroverted frontman with a lot of happy smiles, and I reading and experiencing these lyrics, it shows the depth of his character. It's really astounding that he was able to put that down in such an emotionally, I don't know.
Well, it's so articulate.
Yeah.
He's able to describe the depth of his feelings, in such a poetic manner. And next time you do lyrics, can you make the font bigger? Because I'm having a hard time.
This is a CD insert.
All right, so this one, I find this one really touching and emotional. And this one is called Goodbye Just in Case, also written in 1981. He was just a kid. And this is the song that I always appreciated, that in the last 16 years, 20 years, you've finished your sets with, which I find very profound and
because
meaningful.
You never know. It could be goodbye, just in case we're never coming back.
Yeah, and here's a 15, 16-year-old articulating that reality, and he passed just a handful of years later.
Yeah, well, yeah.
8 years later?
9 years later.
Yeah. Okay, goodbye just in case. God bless you for being here. I must admit, I had some time. Smiled a lot, but cried too much. Born too emotional in an emotionless world. I hope you all the best in life. I'd like to see you make it big. Ugly people are beautiful on the inside, and they will get everything that they have dreamed. To all those who I've grown to know, I want you to try and understand and think about me once in a while. Talk to me, 'cause I'll always be around to hear. Remember, I will always love you. Don't forget the way I feel. Not a tombstone like the rest. Not a place to cry and feel helpless.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like he had an inkling what was going to happen to him.
Do you
It's
think?
just, yeah, I mean, I can't read that and not wonder about his deep knowing and how he just
You think some
possibly,
part of him knew that
yeah.
deep inner intuition and knowing,
Mhm.
that whether he was conscious of the knowing or not, he expressed it this way because some part of him knew.
Yeah, yeah, and it just
Yeah.
makes me wish that I could have been there as a big brother more for him.
You were a kid too.
I was, and you know, you have to give myself a pass on that. But yeah, it's part of the reason why I put that together, because it was so potent and so stirring to read those lyrics. I mean, we've got a whole CD
Yeah.
of these things, and
I guess those two songs really jump out at me because he was so young.
yeah. Oh, you know,
All of them, really.
and so deep and so talented. His ability to write. But at any rate, I recruited Regan Hagar, you know, the most well-known drummer from Malfunkshun, and Sean Smith to come in and do the vocals. Corey Kane from Devilhead, and so yeah, we put this together at Litho Studios in I believe 2006, and yeah, it was an amazing session. In fact, a magical session. Sean mentioned to me that the night before I called him to ask him to come in and sing on this, he had a dream about Andy, and it's like, you know, the whole project was so easy and so fun, and it felt like, you know, we were doing Andy a service, and he was with us when we recorded it.
I imagine that would have been emotional too.
It was emotional. It was emotional in a way that I felt as a big brother and as the guardian of this. I was protective about it, and you know, everybody did such an amazing job putting it together. Everything just clicked, and it was just like you could feel it. You know, when the music is good and it's happening, it's just, you know, it's contagious in its feeling of good vibes.
So you found the lyrics and you had to write the music to it afterwards.
Right.
Which is really, I think, a responsibility, because Andy wasn't there for you to say, well, I can read the lyrics, but what were you feeling? You know, how do you hear this? And then you write, you know, accordingly. So you had to, in a sense, embrace the lyrics and try and align your music to what the lyrics were expressing.
Right.
So that's a challenge artistically. That was amazing that
It
the three
was.
of you, a handful of you, got together to do that.
Yeah, you know, in putting the rough demos together, you know, I did a lot of pre-production, and like you said, I'm working with Andy's lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
It came together so quickly. It was almost like Andy was in the room. Andy was there, working with me, making this happen, and yeah, and it was a real labor of love.
Well, are you ready to go play some of the songs?
Yeah, I'll do a couple playthroughs I'll do a playthrough on Goodbye Just in Case and Never Proud.
Great.
I do want to mention, though, we do have some old Malfunkshun songs on here that never made or were never properly recorded, that were on the set list for a long time in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's go play some guitar.
Okay.
Smile a lot, but cry too much.
Okay, we're back. So, yeah, you can get this music at Bandcamp, Malfunkshun333 at .bandcamp.com. And it's currently out of print. But I do have some available. I can sign them and mail them to you.
Well, they're collector's items now.
Yeah.
Well, and the other one with the Malfunction.
Yeah. This is another cover version of the same music, the same mastering, same everything. But it has these cool inserts. It's, and scans of the actual lyrics themselves, the ones that still exist, and some, some cool historical photos and posters.
So you can't buy these online,
No.
the physical CDs, but you can get them here, and you could email shredandsoul@gmail.com and order one if you'd like, and we'll send you the information. And as I said, they're collector's items now, and people literally from all over the world write Kevin and ask for them, and he signs them and sends them all over.
Yeah, and I'm happy to do that.
There's copies in Yugoslavia, Bolivia,
They're all over the place.
all over the world.
When I was doing more gigs and touring, the people would come up and have me sign copies of this that they bought when it first came out. I used to sell CDRs actually on whammybox.com, and so it's kind of amazing how many people have this, but I'm sure there are plenty of people who do not. Like I said, it's out of print. You can stream it if that's your bag, stream it or go to Bandcamp and download versions of it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing from you on that.
Yeah. We hope you enjoyed the guitar playing and the songs. I know that after hearing the lyrics, it's really emotional and pretty amazing to hear them play, and I'm glad that you did that.
It's truly a testament, but it's the monument. It's the Malfunction monument, and that was the intention. And it actually, a very good experience in that it brought Regan and I back into the studio, and Corey, who's passed away, just an amazing musician.
And Sean.
And Sean, of course, Sean. I wasn't gonna forget Sean. He lent his golden throat to this project, and then I actually went on to work with him some more in a band called All Hail the Crown, which it's kind of the same, but it wasn't Andy's lyrics.
This sounds to me as if it was cathartic for you
Mm-hmm.
after your brother's passing, that it really brought it full circle for you emotionally and creatively. And
Yeah. Maybe want to start up the band again.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
Thanks for listening and joining in, and hit subscribe and
like and comment, please.
Comment and email us.
Order some CDs. There aren't that many left, so truly, if you want one, you should contact Kevin.
Yeah.
shredandsoul@gmail.com, and we'll be back next week.
Next
right?
week, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks a
Goodbye.
lot. Bye.
Just in case.
Yeah, goodbye, just in case.